So this is my example rehearsal video number 1 for the 3-minute monologue project. I'm going to start with my contemporary monologue first, which is Hal from Proof, and then I'm going to move into my my classical monologue, which is the Dauphin, Louis, from King John by William Shakespeare. Well, I'd better go. Some friends of mine are in this band. They're playing at a bar up on Diversey, way down the bill. They're probably going on around 2:30. I said I'd be there. They're all in the math department. They've got this great song, you'd like it, called I. Lowercase I. They just stand there and they don't play anything for 3 minutes. It's a math joke. Okay, yes, they're raging geeks, but they're geeks who, can dress themselves. Hold down a job at a major university. Some of them have switched from glasses to contacts. They play sports. They play in a band. They go on dates surprisingly often, so in that sense, it sort of makes you question the whole set of terms. Geek, nerd, wonk, dweeb, dilbert, paste eater. Do you want to go? Your grace shall pardon me, I will not back. I am too high-born to be propertied, to be a secondary at control or useful serving man and an instrument to any sovereign state throughout the world. Your breath first kindled the dead coal of wars between this chastised kingdom and myself, and brought in matter that should feed this fire, and now 'tis far too huge to be blown out with that same weak wind which enkindled it. You taught me how to know the face of right, acquainted me with interest to this land, yea, thrust this enterprise into my heart, and come you now to tell me that John hath made his peace with Rome? What is that peace to me? I, by the honor of my marriage bed after young Arthur, claim this land for mine, and now it is half conquered, must I back, because that John hath made his peace with Rome? Am I Rome's slave? What penny hath Rome borne? What men provided? What munitions sent to underprop this action? Is not I, and such as to my claim are liable, that sweat in this business and maintain this war? Have I not heard these islanders shout out Vive le Roi as I have banked their towns? Have I not here the best cards for the game to win this easy match played for a crown? And shall I now give o'er the yielded set? No. No. On my soul, it never shall be said. Okay, so what do I like? What's going on with these characters? Well, first of all, Hal is asking Catherine out on a date, and he's super nervous, and he feels really out of his depth, and so he's desperately trying to work up the courage to officially ask her out, and he's first trying to lay the groundwork by sort of talking up his band, only he doesn't do it very well. What do I like about Hal's monologue? I love how genuine it is. I think all of us at some point or another are Hal in this situation where we want to ask somebody out, but we just can't seem to make ourselves. So we just sort of word vomit for a little while until we finally work up the courage to say something. Nothing really jumps out about the language as powerful, but what is interesting about the monologue is his whole diversion of how he goes off on a tangent, and so has to kind of pull himself back and together before he finally just goes, okay, I'm going to ask her out. I'll talk about what's going to be challenging about the pieces in just a second, and I'm going to switch over to talking about Louis's monologue. So what's going on in the scene with Louis? He started a war because he was told to by the cardinals of the Catholic Church. He's the French prince. He's mostly conquered England. He's all but won the war. And now the cardinals show up and say, yeah, we're not mad at England anymore. You guys can pack it up and go home. But good job. Nice job, Sonny. And they pat him on the head. He's really young. He's really successful at this whole war thing. And he's feeling really good. And he's really furious at the fact that they think that they can boss him around like he's just some whiny, snot-nosed kid. What do I like about them? Well, first of all, what I like about the character is that he's coming into his own, right? So he's becoming the man that he's going to be. And that's a really cool thing to see happen, because the monologue starts from this really low place and then becomes quite explosive at the end, which is great. What jumps out as powerful or interesting? I mean, there's lots of moments of alliteration. Things like, weak wind. And there's all sorts of powerful things like sweat in this business and maintain this war, undergo this charge, underprop this action. There's so much juicy power in the words that makes this monologue a lot of fun. What's going to be most challenging about working on this? So, these are two wildly contrasting pieces, so I'm going to have to really make sure that I differentiate my transition between the two pieces really clearly. I'm also going to play around with which order I want to do what in first, just because sometimes that can make a big difference in how confident you feel when you start. So, yeah, I'm excited.